speaking at a Diwali event. And I know you guys are thinking it, so don't pretend like you're not. I know you are. It's okay. It's a good question. It is a good question. Our friend Swati over here, she actually invited me to chat with you, and of course I said yes. Swati is a good friend of mine. We go out to eat. We sit a few cubes down, so of course I said, of course. But if you guys don't like what I'm going to say, then you know who to blame. She probably asked me to talk because in the summer of 2011, I actually went to India. I got this amazing scholarship from my university to go and study abroad there. And it was amazing, but it was also a very big deal for me because it was the first time that I had ever been to Asia. It was the first time that I had ever traveled without any family or friends, just going and just try to live abroad. So that was a big deal for me. It's weird to think that I got on a plane in little Tucson, Arizona, where I'm from, and 84 hours later arrived in Bangalore. It's funny because we all know how long it takes to get to India. It takes forever. And it seems like whenever you talk to someone, we always use like half of our PTO days just towards getting there and coming back. But have you ever noticed when you talk to people about going to India, there's always that one person. There's always that one person who says something like, oh really? You had a hard time getting to India? I went from San Francisco to Delhi, direct. Or, oh really? You had a hard time getting to India? I went from San Francisco to Dubai to Mumbai on Emirates. And then there's always suckers like me who are like, oh, that's really cool. When I went to India, I went Tucson to Las Vegas to Los Angeles to Hong Kong to Singapore, 14-hour layover in Singapore, and then Singapore to Bangalore. And when I walk out of the Bangalore airport, I'm just asking questions like, where am I? What day is it? Am I hungry? I don't know. But honestly, going to India was an amazing experience for me. It was amazing. I loved it. I got to go to a normal Indian university and be with normal Indian students and take normal Indian classes. And it was amazing. But as I stand here before you today and I look back, I think I didn't know anything about India when I went there. I really didn't. I didn't know anything. And as I stand here, I think, was I the ugly American going abroad, knowing nothing about the country I was going to? What does that mean? And I don't want to think that, but maybe that's true. And the first week that I was in India, someone called me out on how little I knew. First week I'm in India, I'm in a rickshaw, and I'm going to this temple that I had wanted to see. So I'm going in the rickshaw. We're cruising at like our top speed at like 5 miles per hour. We're going, and then suddenly I hear this like sound, and we decelerate, and the driver pulls over, and the driver gets out, and the driver kind of like walks around, does this like revolution, like goes 3 times around the rickshaw. So I'm like, okay, so I get out of the rickshaw, and I look, and I see that the back right tire is just completely flat. Completely flat. So he looks like the driver, he looks like he wants to talk to me, he looks like he wants to say something to me, but he knows there's a communication gap or something like that, so he doesn't. So he eventually he points to the back of the rickshaw and starts doing this squat motion. What is this guy trying to do? Is this guy asking me to deadlift the side of his rickshaw? And I don't see any spare tire, so it's even if I did, what would I do? So I just give him the blank stare. I have no idea, just look at him. So he kind of turns around, and he comes back, and then he says to me, Kannada? I'm like, oh, no, I don't speak Kannada, sorry. Telugu? No, I shake my head again, no, I don't speak Telugu. Tamil? No, and he gets kind of mad, he turns around, kind of kicks the ground, and he goes, Hindi. I wish I spoke Hindi, I don't speak Hindi. And he basically says to me, I'm paraphrasing here, but he basically says to me, I'm a poor rickshaw driver and I speak 4 languages. You're this rich. This is my country and you can't even communicate to me at all. guy was right. I didn't know how to communicate to him. He was right, and he was impressive. Let's give credit where credit is due. This guy can speak 4 languages. He can navigate through the chaos of Bangalore traffic, and this guy can presumably change a tire, which is also very difficult. So I went back to my dorm, hostel, as it's called in India, and I burst in, and I told my roommate Indrajit, I said, I'm going to start learning about your country. I'm going to start learning about your country. So that's what I did. And I started reading, and I started studying, and I started learning about the history, and I started asking my classmates about and culture. And I'm doing all this research, and I find out something that blew my mind. I was horrified, I was saddened, I was embarrassed. I didn't even know the name of the city that I was living in. I didn't. On November 1st of 2006, Bangalore ceased to exist. The state government of Karnataka officially changed the name to Bengaluru. And I had been walking around saying Bangalore to people. I was horrified. I didn't know the name of the city. I really was the ugly American. And I felt so bad. I felt horrible. So a few days later, I went to the mall in India, and I'm gonna get lunch. So I go into the food court, and there's like a Thali place, there's like a KFC, there's like a Subway with the non-veg line, the veg line, and then there's this like fruit drink shop, something like that, and they had 2 banners over it. One of the banners said, all drinks sold here are organic. And underneath it said, buy a thumbs up with lunch, so. But I'm in line, I decided to go to the Thali place. I know you guys thought I was gonna go to KFC, but I went to the Thali place. And I'm in line, and I start talking to the guy in front of me. And he's super nice, like we're really connecting, he seems like a great guy. And he says, where are you from? And I'm like, oh, I'm from the United States, I'm from Southern Arizona. And then I say, what about you? Are you from here? And then it hits me, this is my chance. This is my big chance to use the new word I learned. So I said, oh, are you a local here in Bengaluru? I didn't really know how to say it. Still not really sure I'm saying it correctly. So he goes, what? And I'm like, yeah, are you born and raised here in Bengaluru? And he goes, he's kind of confused. Are you asking me if I'm from Bangalore? I'm like, yeah, but I thought it's called Bengaluru. And he kind of chuckles, and he goes, dude, yeah, there's nobody here that calls it Bangalore. So I'm like, what? Is this guy telling me that Wikipedia and Google Maps and that Times of India article I was reading, that they're all wrong? And then I find out that there's more of these. Is it Bombay, or is it Mumbai? Is it Chennai, or is it Madras? Is it Calcutta? Is it Kolkata? I took a school trip to Mysore. No, I didn't. I took a trip to Mysururu. But really, it was an amazing time. I really did learn a lot in India. I even learned how to play cricket. Well, actually, no, I didn't really learn how to play cricket. I was actually in Cubbon Park in Bangalore, and I was playing cricket with some kids, and I was the batter, and I'm like getting ready. And then there's the bowler, and this other kid yells to the bowler, he yells, throw him the googly! And I'm like, oh, I have no understanding of this game. Speaking of Google, we all know that India has a lot of great tech companies. So I went to the Infosys campus in Bangalore. And it's a beautiful place. It has amazing architecture. It has all these electric scooters, and all the lawn is perfectly well manicured. It's amazing. It's an amazing place. So I'm taking this tour, and the tour guide we're walking through, he tells me, India is the king of tech. India is the absolute king of tech. If you look at any of the best foreign companies in the world, there's going to be Indian executives there. I said, Yeah, that's true. And he goes, just name it. Just, you want Google, Apple, you want Microsoft, they all have Indian executives. Yeah, I agree. But not just foreign companies, we also have our own domestic companies that are amazing. We have, well, of course we have ourselves, we have TCS, we have Wipro, we have Shadi.com, tech companies that are changing the lives of millions. That's what he tells me. Speaking of things that are uniquely Indian, Bollywood. When I went to India, I had no knowledge of Bollywood at all. But I know now that there's 3 words that are in every single Bollywood movie. No, not movie. Song. Every Bollywood song. And those 3 words are Zindagi, Dil, and Pyar. And sometimes they're so excited to tell you these words that they can't even wait for the movie to begin. They can't even wait for the song to begin. They just have to blurt it out right away, like in the title. Like, Zindagi Na Milega Dobara. Or Dil Chahta Hai, and Pyar. I'm not even gonna say one because I know that you're thinking of six different movies right now with Pyar in the title. So I went to India and I said, I don't know anything about Bollywood movies. So I convinced one of my other American friends, and I said, let's go see an Indian movie. So we go to the movie theater and we walk up to the ticket counter and we say, when's the next movie that starts with English subtitles? And the lady's like, there's no English subtitles. And again, I'm like, oh wow, typical American arrogance. Like I just walk in there and I think that there's gonna be subtitles. So I look at my friend and I'm like, what do you think we should do? And he's like, we did not take 2 buses and a rickshaw and fly 5,000 miles across the world to not go to a movie. So okay, great, we're gonna see a movie. So obviously we don't know any of these movies. So we look up and we say, okay, when's the next one? There's a movie starting in 10 minutes. So we say, okay, we're going to take 2 tickets to Badrinath. And the lady goes, there's no subtitles. We're like, yep, that's okay. And she's like, you speak Telugu? No, we don't speak Telugu. We didn't even know it was a Telugu movie. Okay, yeah, 2 tickets, please. There's no English subtitles. Yeah, it's fine. Do you speak Telugu? Okay, so finally she gives us the tickets and we go in and we turn around. Right as we turn around, her and all of her colleagues just erupt in laughter. Like, what are these 2 American dudes doing? So we go in and we buy some popcorn and we buy an organic thumbs up. And we go into the theater. There's like a nice security guy there and he says, let me see your ticket. And we hand him our tickets, and he looks at the tickets, and he looks at us, and he goes, you speak Telugu? No. And he says, there's no English subtitles. And we say, sub TK. So the only thing we do, it's fine, let's go. So we go in, and we walk up, and then you know how like in the movie theaters, you walk in, and there's like stadium seating. So there's nothing on the screen yet. Or walking, and then you turn the corner, and then you look up. So there's some murmurs going on, some light chatting, and right when we walk in, the place is quiet, just completely quiet. Everyone's probably thinking, these guys speak Telugu? So we go in, we find our seat, okay, row 5, seat 3, seat 4, and we sit down, and we sat there for 3 hours and had absolutely no idea what that movie was about. If any of you have seen the Telugu movie, Badrinath, you could come talk to me later and tell me what it's about. Thank you guys all for coming. I really love my time in India. I'm so happy to be here talking to you guys about Diwali. And I really love Indian food. I think Indian food is my favorite thing. I think when I first joined Maxim, I was talking to Vivek. Vivek was nicely introducing me to the company and was being very nice and very welcoming. And he said, what do you like to do? And I said something like, I like to play tennis, I like to travel, and I said something super weird. I'm like, I also like and I said, the never-ending quest to find the best Bollywood movies and the best Indian buffet. It's probably like, wow, this guy's weird. But I loved being in India because I got to eat Indian food every single day, all the time. In my school, we had this nice chef, and he cooked 3 meals a day, breakfast, lunch, dinner for us. And it was nice. I mean, we got dosa, we got idli, and we had chutneys and curries and all these amazing foods every single day. So I'm there for probably 2 months, and this guy, the head chef of our school, comes up to me and he says, "Cooking for you has been an amazing feeling. That I can cook for a foreigner and share my culture and my food with you. And you're willing to eat anything, so we're so happy." So he says, "I want to give something back to you. So next Thursday, we're going to do our first ever American food night. We've never done it before, but we want to do it for you." I was like, wow, this guy's super nice. This guy's so friendly. And I had known him, like, he told me he loved to cook and I love to eat, so it's a perfect relationship. So the next Thursday comes out, and he tells me, "Oh, come a few minutes early." So I come a few minutes early, and he's super excited. He's there, he's like, "Oh, come into the kitchen, like, come check it out." So I go into the kitchen, and you know, there's a bunch of cooks in there, and as we're walking in, he says, "I'm so excited today, we're gonna make smashed potatoes for you." And I'm like, "Oh, great, I love mashed potatoes." And he's like, "Oh, that's awesome to hear. It's our first time ever making smashed potatoes." Right now, we make mashed potatoes for every Thanksgiving. I'm super excited.
Yeah.
So we're walking, and we see this guy, we see this huge bowl that's maybe this tall, and inside of it is tons of potatoes. And it looks like they've just been boiled, there's still steam coming out. The whole place is hot, it's a kitchen, there's steam coming out, it's Bangalore in the summertime. And there's this, I assume he's like some sort of assistant chef or something. He's standing over this big bowl of potatoes with no shirt on. And we're talking about smashed potatoes, this is the first time, and then the head chef says smashed potatoes one more time, and almost as if it was on cue, the shirtless guy like takes his fist and literally like he literally smashes the potatoes with his hand, and he is just like getting a huge workout in it, just crushing these potatoes. And as I said, it's hot in here, and you know the guy's working hard. It's a good workout, so he's starting to sweat, and with every punch, there's like a ton of sweat. This huge bowl of potatoes. The head chef says to me, "Oh, go sit down for a little bit. We'll finish up here, and then we'll bring you a plate." So I was like, "Okay, that sounds good." So I go sit down, and then a few minutes later, out comes a plate of smashed potatoes, literally smashed potatoes. And he gives it to me, and then gives me a spoon, and he says, "Tell me what you think. Is it just like home?" So now I'm faced with this dilemma, right? Am I gonna break this dude's heart? And like, this guy's an awesome guy. He went to all this trouble to like have America Day for me. Like, this guy's amazing. Or am I gonna not eat it for the obvious reasons that you're all thinking? So I ate it. Of course, I'm like, this is great. And I swear to you that he literally said, "Do you think it needs more salt?" I didn't get sick, it was a great meal. So, talking about food, I'm gonna go get some more food now. Thank you all for listening.